2026 is going to be an awesome year. We got some pretty cool stuff coming up. First off, we got Foundations of Recovery. This is our flagship program. We're starting it in January.
This is for anyone, man, woman, or couple who wants to come and reclaim their heart from shame, trauma, and betrayal. We start off with an education on all sorts of principles, give you the common language. We feed you from a fire hose in terms of all things recovery.
It is such a great start to recovery. And we get at the roots of things, Tyler. This isn't like any other program. Like, this is our healing journey in process, and Foundations is where we begin.
If you look at the value that you're getting there to kick off a good recovery with all of the right education, all of the right language, and a team to get you started while also being directed by Brannon and myself through the whole process, what a deal.
So if you're interested, if you're struggling, if you've been wanting to do something for a long time, jump into this. This only comes around every so often, and we would love to have you there.
Click the link in the description to sign up for it. And to make it even sweeter, we're also including a raffle for a free pass to the Radiant Dawn retreat. Anyone who signs up for Foundations will be added to the raffle for that free Radiant Dawn pass. If you're a man and you sign up for Foundations, your name still gets entered, and you can give that pass away if you win it to any woman that you want to.
So what you're saying, Tyler, is if you sign up and participate in Foundations, you could possibly go to Radiant Dawn for free?
That's exactly what I'm saying, which is crazy because Foundations by itself is already an insane value.
Man, I sound so salesy. But it actually is awesome. So come to Foundations. And even if you don't come to Foundations, sign up for Radiant Dawn. It's beyond therapy, the best healing experiences that you can have.
Click the link below and come join us.
How long do I hang on?
Welcome to the Real Talk Recovery Podcast with the Therapy Brothers.
We're brothers, we're therapists, and we know recovery.
Bring your stories, your questions, your successes with real recovery.
Brannon, but a lot of stuff to discuss there probably. Simple, yet it's one that we get all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
All the time. Yeah. So anyways, how are you doing?
Doing great, man.
That's good.
Snow every other day up here still, even into the springtime, which is what we've been wanting to fill up the reservoirs. So life is good.
You're still shivering from your cold plunge, looks like.
Yeah, I'm still in like a full coat right now because the cold plunge was extra cold today.
You got your green coat on. You look like a soldier, like ready for the day.
The green coat with the short haircut. I looks like I'm in the military.
That's how you are every day, just showing up on the battlefield,
whatever,
ready
dude.
To fight for truth. Just ready to slay it, you know?
Yeah, man. Well, let's do it then. Let's jump in, shall we?
Let's do it. All right.
We
got Donna here with us today. Donna, good to have you here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. If you could give us just a little bit of background, tell us what's going on in your life, and we'll go from there.
Okay. I am a young 62-year-old woman. And joined the military when I was 18. Everybody else was going to college, and I joined the Navy. I was a hospital corpsman, and then I went on to be an LPN and then got my RN. As a single mom for 5.5 years. Our daughter is 34, and we decided to tie the knot when she was about 5.5. And I had our son in the oven. And so he was about 4 months along. And so, it's been a long road. I discovered, my husband's, usage of this here, deflecting on this, in 2010, the pornography use. And he verbalized that when I saw it downstairs by mistake. And since then, it's come up several times, and I've sought out all these counselors. We're talking like probably a good 5, 6 counselors. And the last time that they say that my other counselor said hit the fan was in 2017 in December. And then at that time, there was a little break in the action. But then I think it was too soon that he wasn't working on himself. Anyway, long story short is that now we're 2023. I'm looking at myself and have been in counseling forever. And this last one was Reclaiming the Soul, placed in Minnetonka. And she's got a spirit of hope. And see, is like, how long do you hang on for them to change or them to look at themselves? Because I'm not sure, I feel like I'm doing the work, and these other counselors keep saying it's not me, it's him. And how long when do you stop saying, oh, it's me, and it's them claiming these things for themselves? It's the truths of this. So sorry.
Right.
Might have been long-winded.
No, that's fine, Donna. I want to ask you, there's the addiction or the compulsive use of pornography going on. What else is going on in the relationship? Is the relationship pretty bad? Are you pretty disconnected? Is there a lot of manipulation going on? What else is going on in the relationship?
Well, he's really trying to like show up as a good person. He's doing a lot of things. Just got the kitchen remodeled. So I think his truth is, if he shows up and he shows his love language in these material things, and that he's providing for the money, and he's, we're going to movie, and he's taking me out for dinner and showing up like that, and not showing up with this emotion and connecting in the feelings department. And, I want to say hats off too, because I know he wants to make it work, because we have actually, we've been listening to podcasts for at least 2 years on the expert and the addicted and the betrayed or whatever. And we signed up to do that one class, and we're not getting very far, because I think that might not be the main problem. Is it the shattered to thriving?
So I'm hearing, Donna, I'm hearing a willingness on his part to do some work, but I also am hearing, I'm hearing you kind of question his motives to do that work, whether it's coming from within or whether he's doing it just to kind of please you and show you that he's a good man. Is that accurate?
Yeah. See, the truths have been so distorted that, like you guys have said, where does it begin and when does it end? And is it all out of fear, or does he really want this? Because I'm really triggered still and I've been trying to do the shift, and I have been shifting about this mentality of compassion versus anger, and like, wow, more like things that he didn't get as a young person from his growing up. And I just wish that, and I can only do my part as a wife and whatnot, but I can show up as a better person instead of being so angry and so not accepting and not a loving person, because that doesn't show, goodness, doesn't show kindness, it shows punishment. And I think that's how our relationship has been. It's been a punished. There's been a lot of, there's been law enforcement involved, and there's been just a lot of physical and emotional abuse. Yeah, really on both parts.
So Donna, what do like when we talk about hanging on, you've hung on for a long time.
A long time.
So like when you say that, doing the course wasn't it, or what would need to happen for you to have what you need for your relationship to actually be salvaged?
I personally feel like he needs to, like, when we were at this establishment, it was called Faithful and True, and it was all about betrayal. And that you kind of just have to own it. You can't, I feel like he's not owning his feelings inside of whatever it is. And I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist by no means. I've taken many, many classes, and I've, just tried to study to understand. And so we have to fix ourselves. And I know that I personally have to love myself. Like I feel like, we all put labels on one another, and men, we like to label them as narcissist, or while they're really self-centered or this or that. But I think that men in a way know how to show up more than women, because they have their toys, they have their fun, they have their things, and women like take it on. And so I don't know. I think it's just balance, and I'm not sure what that's going to look like for it to be salvaged or not. I think that I would just love Lyle to own some of these feelings, but then it's like I can own only so much myself. So I'm not really sure. I don't feel very financially stable right now. I lost my job as a nurse, and I've had lots and lots of trauma. Yeah.
So Donna, if I were to just kind of like reorganize what you just said for our sake, from Brannon and I's sake, but also for our listeners' sake, if I'm hearing you right, your answer to Brannon's question was, I would love for Lyle on his end to be able to take full ownership for his, not only the things that he's done wrong, but for his work towards owning, getting better emotionally. But then also you'd like to be able to be strong enough to be kind to him, to be boundaried with him, to have confidence in yourself. And then also to know that you're feeling secure enough financially that if you needed to leave, you could.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing you say. Is that right?
Yes. And I tried to set really nice boundaries, and I felt like I wasn't getting that respect. And I got, verbally abused before he went outside to move the snow. And he said, well, I really feel like you really have something to say, and, I don't know. It's just kind of like both of us. And I don't know. He's got a friend, and the friend's been divorced twice. And so it's like, I feel like he's a cheerleader. My husband loves to fish, which is a great thing for men. And, I'm trying to love Donna in a different way, because Donna lost a lot. I've got artificial hips. I've got 16 screws, 3 plates, and a pin. And I've lost about 50 pounds. And I don't know. I have a lot to offer, and I just need to love Donna. I think she lost a lot.
How are you?
And I think
Donna, how are you trying to love yourself?
Well, I'm trying to get organized. I've been really stuck. I feel like I've been really stuck. Like you guys talked about being in the mud, like being in the quicksand, like you need somebody to help you out. And I feel like that's kind of what I need is like a hookup and a toe. Like pull me out of here so I can breathe. I feel like in a way I've been oppressed. And I know we can't let anybody oppress us, but our environment, maybe. I feel like my environment, and he's really trying to make it nice here. He did a kitchen for me, and he's been really trying to show up in that way. But it's like he says, I can't seem to do enough. I can't seem to do enough. You seem to not want to forgive me. Well, that's why Christ died. You know, we have to forgive each other, you know. But do you stay or do you say, no, we weren't really compatible and this is how we did life? See, I'm not sure where the answers are, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think too, and Brannon, I'd love your opinion on this too, Brannon, a little bit, but it seems that you've kind of got some classic things going on that a lot of people experience where, Donna, over time, you've been in a relationship for long enough that slowly your lack of boundaries sort of led to, and your desire to try to keep the peace and stay and make it work kind of led to you feeling like you've lost yourself. And now over time, you lose this place of self. So it's hard to be confident in making decisions. And I'd like to know, you know, Brannon, I'd like to know what your thoughts are on this too, but there is a process by which you need to almost reclaim your life, reclaim your confidence, reclaim yourself, so that you can then make some of the decisions that you're asking the questions on. Like right now, if you feel like you've lost yourself and you have me or Brannon or a therapist or somebody else come to you and say, hey, Donna, you need to make a decision and either move on from the relationship or stay. You're not even in a place to make that decision yet because there's some other pieces that have to be put in place first in order to make that decision.
Yeah. And I've actually had a different therapist and they told me that I should leave. She told me 3 C's. I didn't cause it. I didn't this, I didn't that. And I'm like, I know all that, but we are supposed to be married. And I just wanted a partner that was going to show up as a loyal person. And I didn't know he had all this we never know the baggage. We never know what's behind the closed doors or what's behind the curtain.
But,
you know?
So Donna, I actually think you're going in the right direction. And coming back to what Tyler was saying, you're going in the right direction in terms of doing your own self-care, your own self-reflection, taking care of Donna, all of those things. I think that really needs to kick into high gear. As you talk about Lyle, honestly, I'm having a hard time understanding who is Lyle, because on one hand, I'm hearing he's a loyal man who's trying hard, who's like redoing your kitchen and this and that. But on the other hand, I'm also hearing this, Donna. I'm hearing that there's a lot of stuckness and there's a lot of fear inside of you. So you lost your job. Financially, you're not stable. You feel kind of trapped in because of that. And there's a lot of years of trauma and deceit, manipulation. So you don't know what's up and what's down with your relationship. And so there's just a lot of like swirling confusion and fear going on to really ground yourself to say, okay, what is the right decision done out of love and out of truth for me moving forward? And you want to get to that place of power, that place of groundedness, so that you can make the hardest decisions and the most important decisions of your life. If you're in a place of fear, if you're in a place of confusion, then making those decisions is difficult. And so then you just stay stuck. Am I making sense?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I actually, you guys don't know a piece, but the last 2 years I've actually studied. So I was on my way to be a healer. I did this healing and nobody cared for that up to level 4. And then after that, in 2 years ago in May, I studied Jesus Christ. So I need to get my certification as a minister, and I have not done that. And I got done with school in May. And that accomplishment really hasn't been valued by family, by even myself, because I didn't complete it yet.
Why did you do it?
And it was a lot of work.
Donna, why did you do it?
Because I want to spread the good news, and I want to tell people about freedom, and I'm not free.
Yeah, you felt called. You felt called to that.
Yeah.
So on the inside of you, you're feeling called to something, but also inside of you, you're feeling completely trapped and stuck.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. And I'm going to go on a vacation on March 14th to March 27th. And I have not really gone anywhere, and taking care of myself that way. And I've always wondered too, financially, there's pieces here, and, there was agreements and this and that. So in a way, I feel like I'm being oppressed too by my money. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just tangled.
Mm-hmm.
Things are tangled, Donna. And I mean, you and I and Brannon can hear like how tangled they really are. But you said something, and there was some emotion. What you said about freedom, you're aching for freedom. You're looking for it in all of these places, but there's these other tangles that are still holding you back. And I think sometimes, kind of coming back to what I was saying earlier, you do probably need to make a decision eventually about whether or not to stay or go in the relationship. But right now that's one of the tangles itself. It's, and if we were to get back to the basics and say, okay, well, who is Donna in God's eyes? And does Donna know and feel the truth of that? Because once she starts to more fully feel and know the truth of that, once she starts to live more fully into who she's being called to be, it's going to fuel all these other principles of you're going to naturally take care of yourself when you're in touch with who that is. You're going to naturally set boundaries and allow yourself to be treated in certain ways or not be treated in certain ways because you know the truth of who you are. You're going to be able to operate from a place of love and faith instead of fear. You're going to be able to actually more fully start to experience the gift of forgiveness, not so that you have to stay, but so that you can have a clear heart to make those decisions. You're going to start stepping into the place where you might be able to financially provide for yourself because you're living the truth of who you are, so that that's one less thing that you have to stress about if and when you have to make the hard decision to leave. But all of that stuff, all of that stuff has to start. And this is what's really difficult. It has to start from the inside out, inside yourself, even though the world around you, including your husband, sometimes feels like it's easy to just say, but this and this and this and this and this. It's like, and as a result of that, I have to reground myself to an inside out approach. And I need to look at myself in the mirror and go, what are the one or two steps that I can take today towards actually experiencing the truth of who I am in God's eyes?
Tyler, you know what I hear a little bit? And I hear that, and Donna, I'm going to talk to Tyler for just a minute, but I really want you to listen to this, okay? I hear that she's like, she almost wants the shackles, that the prison cell is much safer than the battlefield. And so, I because a lot of these shackles, and I'm not trying to invalidate or say that your situation isn't hard, Donna, but a lot of these shackles are within you. Because this is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that you're a woman with skills, that you can get a job, that you do have degrees, that you're very smart and intelligent, that you're tough, that you're resilient. And yet at the same time, I'm hearing, but I can't do anything. I got to stay stuck. I don't have a job. And I think part of it is, in order to really accept your power and your ability for agency here, it's going to require some things. It's going to require some accountability on your part. It's going to require some vulnerability, and who knows where you're going to end up. And so it's easier to stay stuck in that prison cell than it is to travel that journey, so to speak. Does that, Tyler? Donna? Something? Yes, please.
I think that what I've been trying to do is keep him safe, because we don't want to let people know who he really was or is. And he thinks that I'm putting things on the billboard. So I am involved with church, but it's all confidence. And these other ladies have problems. And that's why we come together as community, and nobody's judging anybody. If you're in Christ Jesus, there's no condemnation. And I feel like he just doesn't want anybody to know. See, he's a fisherman. He's a bricklayer. He's a craftsman. He's loves to have fun,
But Donna,
people don't want. Yeah.
Donna, can you see that you're just laying more bricks to your prison cell? Like I got to protect him. And so that I can't face reality and move forward. Right.
Yeah.
See that?
No,
that's it. Yeah. I hear a couple of things like those bricks that you're talking about, Brannon, that are being heaped on there by Donna is I have to care for him and take care of him, even though he maybe isn't ready to take care of his own problems. One, that's me now taking and incurring a burden that not only isn't it not mine to fix, but the more I try to, the more exasperated and tired and burned out I'm going to be because I'm trying to fix something that's unfixable from my end. Right. And then that also probably fuels back into the thing you're trying to climb out of, which is now you feel like a failure, which then feeds the old beliefs that you've been fighting for so long and trying to climb out of I'm not good enough. Like, why wasn't I chosen? Why this, why that? And so it almost reinforces the wrong belief system too. And it takes you out of these places you mentioned earlier about being grounded, living in faith, living with love. And it moves you more and more back into a place of resentment and fear. And when those are the primary emotions that are driving the decisions, it's going to feel murky and clouded. Whereas if I'm working back to where Brannon was saying, the place of being grounded, being in a place of love and having faith, which I heard that in your voice just a minute ago when you were aching for freedom, that part of you, when you're in touch with that part of you, there will be more clarity and more confidence to make hard decisions.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But that means having to surrender over the outcomes of your husband and anybody else in the picture too.
Mm-hmm.
But Tyler, I think there's a step. Donna, I want to ask you. There's a step before we just say, hey, stop acting in fear and staying stuck in your cell. I think there's a step of compassion and acceptance and actually appreciation for the way that this fear has shown up to protect you from getting hurt. Right. So are you following me, Donna?
Yeah.
Like, you know what? Like you giving these reasons why not to out him. Saying I'm not financially secure. Like all of these things have allowed you to survive in the situation that you're in. So we can say thank you for, this part of you, Donna, that's resilient and smart and hardworking to try to protect you, but it has shackled you. So thank you, but no, thank you. I'm going to bust these shackles now. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
What are you feeling?
So, feeling like I can breathe a little bit, like my chest is opening up.
Yes.
Just talking about this lets them fall away. And I have a saying right here on I like succulents and plants, and it says, accept what is and let go of what was and have faith in what will be.
That's it.
It's beautiful.
And yes, it is. And I just know that there's something more, and I don't know what he has in store. And I know he doesn't want me to be oppressed anymore, because I read the Bible, and I was in Ezekiel, and if it was 18 or 19, but it says that God will separate his sheep and his rams and the goats. And I don't know, some people, sometimes, we get unequally yoked, and I feel like I've been trying really hard for this to work, and I don't know if it can, but I heard you guys, and I'm so grateful for this, is that I heard you say, get grounded in yourself and love Donna again and find freedom. And yes, I love to learn, and I love that. And I so much appreciate your clarity and your care for all of this, because you help people move through. And I'm just very blessed for that.
Thanks, Donna.
Yeah. Thank you, Donna. We're glad you were willing to come and put your heart on your sleeve and share it with us and with the people who are listening here too today. So we're running a little bit short on time here, Donna. Is there anything else on your mind? Anything else on your mind or your heart that you'd like to share or ask?
I just praise for you guys for being here, and then for all the friends that have been by me to show me the clarity of where the strength comes from, because we don't get it from our environment. We get it from within. And I know that. And yeah, it's good.
Donna, I want to tell you, you're still young. You got a lot of life to live. And you still got a lot to give, and the Lord needs you, and there's a lot of purpose, and there's a lot to fight for. So don't stop the fight. Keep searching for answers. Keep loving yourself, because it's worth the battle.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Could I say one more thing before we go?
Yeah, you bet.
It says, I have like sayings, and I like to put them there. I'm going to put worthy and loved and all that. But here, he who has imagination without learning, he has wings, or she has wings, has but no feet. So that's like where you're stuck. So you have imagination and you learn and you have wings, but you're not walking. So the Lord makes us walk through, and
it's time to start walking.
Yeah, I think it's time to start walking. So thank you, Donna.
Thank you.
And for those of you listening, we're grateful to have you with us. We have great guests that make our show great, and we have great listeners. We appreciate the feedback you continually give us too. So thank you.
Thanks, guys.